Yeah, good morning, Donnell. Yeah, it's a pretty dry scans today, and the SPY is continuing down. NUW WE ended up going on down as well. That we were watching from yesterday. I actually made my money back. I got in on this secondary dip around the 145s, and I just put my stop here at the 143. And so it was a 2 cent risk there, and it popped back up for me, and it had a little bit of a pop up, and I just took the profit basically at break even yesterday. It just would not break out. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in because I don't feel like ending today down $40. So yeah, break even trade there. But yeah, today's looking kind of dry on a Thursday. So we'll see what happens. Let's go look at the other things that were popping. We got Amazon getting a little bit of trading going on down. Everything has tested these 200 moving averages like the SPY did over here. And actually oil is dropping as well, which is always a good thing. But like I said, I'm thinking oil, if it can break that 85, I'm looking down here at this previous resistance at the 71 for a possible little next support level that it may want to test. The NQ did pretty much the same thing the rest of the market did. Came up, got close to the 200 moving average, and is making its way down. Came back to this 12,000 level, and then the SPY, same old tune. Test the 200 and go on down. All right, but some of the previous callouts that we had, Foot Locker holding right above the 200 on this gap up, holding the $36. JD right under the 200. Everything right now that has been popping recently is right around that 200. SoFi, I see something popping up now. FMTX. Let me see what that is. Up 47%. Oh no, no, that's dead. No. It's a therapeutics company, but it's an acquisition. Not looking too good. All right, Bed Bath and Beyond continuing down, gap down yesterday from the 11s down to the 9s. Had a little bit of a little push up, but I think it's going to continue on down. Yeah, Donnell, yeah, that one. Those acquisitions never I mean, they're pretty much just to trap new people that never seen an acquisition. They be like, "Oh, it gapped up so much and it's not moving. It'll surely go higher." And then it goes flat the whole week. SIGA also continuing down. We haven't really heard any big news on any kind of monkeypox stuff, so SIGA's kind of been falling. And then INDO moving on down with oil as well. That's why I was telling Rudy when he was picking up some INDO, I was like, bro, you need to keep an eye on oil. Oil's in a nice descending trend. Keep an eye on it. Cause it was up INDO popped up here real quick to the 12s and now it's down here to the 748s. So I'm like, oil's gotta and if oil drops even more, it may even be able to break down this 5 here. Now I may be willing to do something at the 5 because that's a pretty good price for INDO. We'll see. Let me go and see what kind of IPOs are coming out today as well. Still waiting on BIAF. Never did open. It was supposed to open on Monday, around $6. All the low flow IPOs that we've seen have opened up, went big. They're supposed to open like $5-6. They are up at 40 something dollars and they immediately drop. And then let's see, this is 907. This one's going to be opening up later on in the month. Okay, history points to challenges ahead for the market. Probably. Crypto. Okay, stock market, vision, Wall Street, California. Not seeing any news that's really sticking out today. Let's go over here. NASDAQ futures slump as NVIDIA China news brings tech sector jitters. Investors cautious ahead of Friday's jobs report. I know a lot of people getting laid off. I think Snapchat was one of the ones that was laying folks off. 20% of their employees supposed to getting laid off. Earnings coming out. Any big names? Let's see. Warner Brothers. Okay, no, nothing there. What's up, Ben? Yeah, very dry scans today. Only thing up today is an acquisition, which isn't gonna do anything. FMTX, waiting on something else to come out. I told you, Ben, oil's coming on down, man. That down the descending trend on that thing was just too much, man. Came up here, tested the 200 twice, actually even got a little nudge ahead of it, and now back down here. And I'm looking for the breakdown of 85. That's what I've been calling these past couple of weeks. Break at 85, and I'm looking for it to get down to the 71 on oil. 71 previous level uh to test. Now, I don't know how fast it's gonna get down there. It may just grind down there, but yeah, I'm thinking oil's coming on down. What's up, GD? Oh, Snapchat just went flat yesterday, right around the 1075s, just held that level. Dropped a little bit into the aftermarket, but overall just holding that 1075 level. Got about 15 minutes to the bell. Let's look at what was that other one, that cheap one that everyone was trading yesterday? Had a super high float. I think it was AVCT. It's like, look at this. Look at this. This thing, everybody was trading, had a super high float. Look how much it moved. I know I think Rudy was trading it. Somebody was trading this one from 35 cents up to the 48 cents. That is a 10-cent move, and then immediately giving that up here in pre-market, already back down to the 35 basically. So yeah, that's why those types, I'm like, man, you're gonna have to pay me more than 10 cents. I'm gonna be sitting around waiting. Okay, so the top movers are not looking great. Let me see. BGXX popped up there. It's a higher float, but it definitely has the volume up 34%. This is maybe another acquisition. Let me see what this thing is. Yeah, there's no reasoning behind this. Shares rose 32.6% to 183 during Thursday's pre-market session. The market value of their outstanding shares is 292. No one cares. They have no news behind them though. So another trap right there. Ben says OPEC is going to announce stuff that will send oil up again next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks are filled with crazy economic announcements. Biden expected to sign executive orders for crypto regulation, including the start of U.S. Digital dollar. OPEC is going to announce stuff that will send up, and then Fed Reserve is talking another 75-cent rate hike. I hope not. I was in the store yesterday just collecting my things, and I was like, might need to go and look for some coupons. Yeah, I want to kind of see where prices end up falling within these markets, so I can kind of prepare for what's going to happen in the general buying stores and things like that, because it's going to definitely make people slow down. Not seeing those full carts like I was seeing a couple months ago. Or maybe I'm not seeing full carts because they're just ordering and they're just not coming to the store because of monkeypox. They're just ordering everything. One or the other. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. All right, I'm gonna look through some of this NQ news here. All right, in Market Watch, what history says about September and the stock market after summer bounce runs out of steam. U.S. jobless claims down 5K to 232K in August 27 week. Add to rough year for Bitcoin and another cryptocurrency. IRS proposes new question about your digital assets. Okay, jobless claims. The crazy thing is, all of this, all of this student loan debt. I'm just wondering, like, in the next 5 to 10 years, will we be back in the same position? Because the system hasn't really changed. It's just kind of like some short-term relief. So I'm wondering where we'll be in 5 or 10 years. Yes, you forgave $10,000 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but where does that leave us uh, as a economic workforce? Where does that leave individuals that go through this system again? Will they see the same results? And what possible changes could you make uh that can go with this forgiveness, rather than just saying, oh yeah, we're just going to forgive something right now, but in the future 20 years we'll be right back in the same situation. And guess what? We'll have even higher interest. Sounds like a plan, right? So I'm just wondering how everything's going to play out. I wish they would just do something, man. It just doesn't make sense to willingly allow people to jump down a hole that you've seen. It's kind of like having a addiction, like a smoking addiction or something like that. It's like, okay, we're going to give you some short-term relief. We're going to pay for your therapy for 3 weeks, and we're going to let you right back out into the exact same system, exact same environment, exact same everything, and we're going to trust that all of the factors that got you to the point that you were at first have changed, and we're going to trust that you yourself will not relapse. Good luck, buddy. I don't know, man. It's a weird, weird world. Snap getting on back up there to $11, up $1, 1% right now. SB, it's a weird world because we fix temporary problems and don't try to pump money into permanent solutions. We're like, oh yeah, let's band-aid this thing up. Let's go ahead and put a little spackle here, put a little spackle there. But the overall picture is that we're about to get drowned. And we're just putting more and more glass filler on the glass, hoping, hoping that the bigger glass doesn't crack on us. And all of us are standing in front of the glass just looking in it, you know, thousands and thousands of tons of water, and all it takes is one little slip. And yeah, we'll be swimming with the fishes, literally. But we're talking about student loans and the forgiveness of student loans. And to be honest, I don't have a problem with forgiveness of student loans, but I'm like, okay, you guys are passing all these acts and you have all of these different strategies moving forward into the future. What is your strategy on the access to pretty much what they advertise as unlimited money? Like when you go into college, it's like, okay, well, I got one book that costs $850. And I'm a college student, college kid. Either two things are gonna happen. Your parents are gonna have to pay for it, or you're going to have to, because the book is required for class, right? So you got an $850 book, that you're probably gonna use maybe 30% of, 20% of, 25% of, and then everything else is just like, you know. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they should condense, if they're gonna do that, they should condense the books to what's gonna be taught, and then everything else you could just learn outside. You know, why pay $850 for a book? You know that kid's gonna have to get a loan. He's gonna have, and then okay, if let's say I take 6 classes, and for me it was I was taking engineering classes and computer science classes and things like that. So my books were like 800 a piece, 500 to 800 a piece. So it's like, okay, what do I need to do? Either I get a stupid job while I'm in college. I need to, I guess, get to an executive position or at least a junior position at a job while I'm in college trying to learn this stuff, or I can go and dip into what looks like unlimited money, which is a student loans. They're like, oh no, don't worry about it. We'll give you the money. Oh no, we'll give you the money. And at the time, you don't have time to waste because we were covering, I don't know how many chapters we covered per day. I think it was like 5 to 6 chapters per day. So if you miss a class, uh, yeah, you're in trouble, you know. So So it kind of puts that crunch on you to either get the money or, do something else. But what I was saying was the system is set up to where inflation is so, or not inflation, but the interest rates on these things and the access to these loans are so unregulated. It's just a dangerous place to be, and the competition between different, it's almost like the student loan companies are incentivized to keep the process going, to keep people doing it because it reduces competition. If you don't, I mean, these student loan companies don't have competition. From who? Everybody it can get it. It's like that. What? It's no one company. Like Sally Mae is not worried about anybody else. They are directly connected to the government. They're not. There's no competition. So how can you get them to anybody to reduce prices with no competition? It's like, why? We're gonna keep pumping this thing higher. We're gonna keep this train pumping. Um, but anyway, looking into the markets today. Lori says, "Are you watching MULN?" Let me look at MULN. Make sure I didn't miss any other kind of yeah, college is definitely one of those things, man. You got to make a big choice, big decision. But I would say, actually when I was in classes, I was in there with a lot of older people. I was in class with people that are getting their engineer degrees and whatever they're going into, cybersecurity, whatever, and they were older. They already had businesses, and they were in the class, and I was like, dang, they already got money, and they did it the opposite way. They started a business and then went to college. So I was like, well, dang, y'all are y'all are definitely doing their y'all's thing, I guess. And some of their businesses wasn't even dealing with IT or anything like that. They would just be in class. I'm like, dang, that dude. Let me go talk to him. Let me go see what that dude does. He's like, oh yeah, I've been doing whatever for years, and I just wanted to come and get a degree, to get some certification or whatever for whatever. But it was crazy. Our classes were very mixed, like age wise. Some people are in there 18, some people are in there like 42, 50. So it was crazy. Anyway, market is about to open, and I think Lord said MULN. Let me look at that real quick. MULN. What's the news on MULN? MULN signs a partnership with WaterGen to launch water from air solutions for EVs. Hold up, let's look into that. Um, MU Moulin signs partnership. Okay. And then Rudy called out AVC. I was looking at that one earlier, on reasons that this thing was going down. Look at it. You traded it yesterday from 36 up here to 47. That was a 10 cent, almost a 10-cent run. Look how fast it gave that back. What's the probability that it reaches back up here to 47? Very low. Very low. It's got 18 million, but it's a crazy high float as well. It's down 13% since the open of pre-market and cannot seem to hold green on the day at all. But back to MULN with that news that we were just reading. Okay, Mullen signs partnership with WaterGen to launch water from air solutions for EVs. Mullen's here's how much no, I hate those articles. Here's how much Mullen would be worth if you bought it 5 years ago. Okay, so they got articles definitely circulating on MULN. 67 cents. Yeah. Man, ABCT with that float that it's got, I don't know, man. Let me see. It's got 92.8 million in the float. Rip on that one be, I mean, very unlikely. And what would a rip look like on this one? If we saw this thing on its hottest day move 10 cents, what's the probability that it'll make a move that big again? If 10 cents is like a huge move for it. The SPY sitting sideways right now. Let's look back over at some of these other ones, the micro floats that I've been watching. Oil continues to stay under the 90s. I'm looking for that break of the 85 to go down and test the 70s, 71 area. Let's see. Rev, Veru, Siga continuing to pump down as well. Siga down to 1452. Bed Bath & Beyond down. Veru down. Revlon. Amazon. Coinbase. Hibbett Sports. Holding over that 200, holding that holding right under the 60s on Hibbett Sports. New Fubo. JD was one that Rudy had called out a while back. Hit that 200, came on down, and then Foot Locker. Foot Locker also kind of looking like Hibbett Sports. They're holding up those levels. Well, if ABCT breaks down at 35, I'm guessing it's going to be on its way down, because 35 was where it started yesterday. Down 18% on the day. This would not be a day to play with it long. But MULN has some interesting news. I definitely keep that one on watch to see. I need to research and see exactly what the whole water gen project is in the EV, because that could get hot, or this news could be something that's telling us that EVs are about to pick back up, so we can start looking at things like I know last time it was PEV that got some pops, but PEV, but we'll see. It is a little bit higher float. I think it's well, ABCT back to 35, down 22%. That's why I said this is not a game to play with this one. Already 11% down since the open, 22% down since pre-market open. That's nah, bruh. Not to be played with. Exactly, Rudy. Once these things, if it's that cheap and it gives back all of its profit, man, that thing's a curse. Snap pushing all the way back up to these previous resistance levels of the 1127 up here. Up only 3% though. Will we see any let me see. GD says HPC. Oh yeah, HPCO is that IPO that we saw fall from 42 down to $7. HPCO. Yeah, this thing fell so much. So it's got 7 million shares traded. It was they're trying to replace e-cigarettes and things like that with probably vape product. I mean, they're not trying to replace e-cigs, trying to replace cigarettes with e-cigs and vaping type alternatives. 'Cause, 'alternatives. 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 ' but it is looking like the biggest mover. Let's see if it can get some volume behind it after it unhalts. Because the last time it opened up as an IPO, it barely got any volume because it kept halting. So it just opened up right there, up to 915s, 905s. Getting a little push up there to the 950s, 978s. Super low float on this one, back into halt. Just like the day it opened. It could not get any trading. It was just halting around. Be careful with it though, because it can that thing can open up anywhere. 8 million shares traded on it. Snap reached reached back in here to the 1150s at previous top. Let's see what time this thing's supposed to unhalt. 939 was the halt. Actually, refresh that. Yeah, 939 halt should be opening up in 5 minutes. $44.01. Yeah. I'll keep MUL. What I want to do is look for a little bit lower floats that are close to MULN things that move with it, and see if they start getting up on news catalysts. 1150 is getting tapped again by Snap at the open. Will it form a new high here? It held these levels yesterday, came down to the 1075 and just held and held and held. One thing I realized by most of these stocks that are up in the morning that we look at, they go in the short's favor first. Like if they rip up, that's not in our favor. That's it's kind of like you just getting a high positioning. So I'm like, man, how do I mitigate this? Now some of them go in our favor first. They'll dip down, but the problem is you don't know if that dip is something that's going to be recoverable. It can dip down and it's like, well, I don't know if that's coming back up. So that's why I kind of want to see it form that high and then see it come down a bit to give a retest of that high on the day. But at this point, it's been up here twice. It's been up here yesterday morning as well, 1150s up here to the 1160s. Waiting for HPCO to open up here in a second. Pretty sure it's going to be getting halted down here. Look at this daily chart over here on TOS. Look at this. $42 down to the 7, came down to the 490s, back up here to the 971. That is a beautifully destructive chart pattern there. So we'll see if it can rise all the way back up here. I don't know. I don't know what this thing wants to do. Looks crazy. All right, so it'll be opening up here in less than a minute on HPCO. On SHPH. Was that an IPO? No, no, no. I didn't trade that. That was IPO, wasn't it? I think that was an IPO that failed big. SHPH. No, 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 no. No, I saw this one open up. No, that thing. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's not. All right, just opened up on HPCO. Hitting $10, slipping through the 10. Looking for a nice halt down here. $10.50s. Where is that halt down? A lot of crazy trading. It's almost a 10 million. It should be popping on my scans here in a little bit. Just not there yet. All right, just hit 10 million shares, so it should be popping over here on my scans very quickly. And this is the point where I'll be coming in. I would say, hey, let's see where the shorts are sitting. 1064 up here. The nice short resistance. And we'll see where this hour closes. Gave a little peek down to the 925. So let's see if we can get a break of 925 here. Snap doesn't look half bad. Yeah, Snap's been pushing on up that 150. It's right at that 160 top. It would have to hold out of that though, because yesterday it did the same thing, hung around that level, and then had a huge dump back down. So I'll be careful on Snap. Did this same exact action yesterday. It's got to get up through those 1160s. 1159s is going to go ahead and break. It tapped 1160 there. That's 2 times tapping up there. We'll see if it repeats the pattern of this drop here. Back up to HPCO, hanging right under the 10s. Snap got a little bit of rejection off of that 1160 again, just like yesterday. Same repeat of the pattern on today. On the 15-minute, HPCO looking like it's trying to hold up the body of this candle, which is the 975-ish area. We'll see if it can hold this up. There's support. I'm kind of wedged here, but it is creating a lower high. No, Daniel B, I'm not in anything. Reliable Rudy said he took a trade at 1146. Why would you do that? Why? But it's okay. We'll see what happens for you on Snap. You may end up having to revert. I mean, it's literally exactly what it did yesterday. We identified this short level yesterday. So it's going to have to make some new lows around this 1125 to really kind of hold up that level. But it's we'll see if it breaks down 1125. All right, HPCO coming on down as well. HPCO's got volume, but we're trying to identify, hey, where does this thing want to sit? Because it came down here to what, the 450s, gapped up right here in pre-market. So I don't know. It's e-vaping company, so I don't know. We'll see if it continues to run up, but as of now, it's breaking down the 975s. We'll see if we can get a push under the 975, strong push here. And now Snap is going down to the 1125s, the bottom of that resistance level that we identified yesterday. See if it can break and hold 1125. On the 15-minute, we can see a clear resistance here. Setting up. Nice little dump down. Let's see if it can make it down to 11. Okay. Coordinate. We have working on settings off. Okay, new TLS. Okay, let's get known. Okay, so okay, plenty of work rolling through. Good. All right. Yeah, Snap coming on down to this 1125 level. HPCO is pretty much the only thing receiving volume. It probably needs to fail before anything better happens. But I'm guessing this is just going to become resistance here. I'll edit that to red. Okay. And then snap 1125s is just sitting there right now. Let's see if we can see some red 25s up here. If we see red 25s, people are trying to sell below the bid. So they're getting in for a further push down. We'll see if they can do it on the tape. HPCO. Wonder will it gap fill here? Gap from 866 up here to the 890s at first. So I wonder will it come down here to the 866. We've identified the short area on the 15-minute, but not yet on the 5 minutes. So I need to identify the short area on the hour before I can. I like to get identification on all time frames really before I look for a retest of that level. But it's only up 19% now, giving those profits back. Snap did break down the 125s there shortly. There's some green 125s, so they're getting in above the ask there, right at the 1125s there. We'll see if they can get it back over the 1130s with that buy up. Nope. 1125 back on there. 1124s. Will we see red 1124s come on here? Definitely needs to close above the 1125s, but the 15-minute doesn't look great. The hour chart is still nice, green, and bullish, but we'll see if that hour chart flips. If it continues to break down. 1123 bottom right there on the 5-minute. Okay. HPCO looking like it's testing down as well. Has the gap filled down here to the 868s. Getting a pop right off of that. But is re-entering the previous range that it had anyway. We'll see what it wants to do. Need this hour chart to close for me to identify short resistance on all of these. Anyway, back over to Snap. Somebody big sitting at the 21. There's 20,000 shares at the 1121s. We'll see if that gets broken down. $19,000 shares, 20,000 shares, 21. Can they break that? Holding up there just a little bit, but still red on the 15-minute. This 15-minute has 4 minutes left on it. We got a little gap fill on HPCO, but still not sure if it's done going down yet. Only up 13% at this point. Let me see if I see anything else. Daniel B says Snap is a short sale. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Yep. Identified that short area up there. I mean, it just retested. This looks like a double top on the hour chart. Double top and then a nice sell-off. Yeah, I see AMD on my scans as well. Here are the current scans that I have. BGXX, Nvidia, Snap, and AMD up there. AMD headed down to it's got a level here of the 71 that it looks like it tested twice in this level. It is making its way on down there though. Back to that level. Snap just could not get that breakout of the 1175s yet. Don't know if it'll happen. It may not. Nvidia had a nice gap down here as well. Gap down from the 150 down here to the 143s, and now is pushing down to new lows under the 140s on Nvidia. And then BGXX is trash. Looking at the daily chart here on HPCO, it came up here to 1042. What is the probability that it'll push back up here? I don't know. 1042. That's a hard push back up there. 766 is looking like the bottom or red on the day. So let's mark that up over here. 766. 766-ish level. Okay, 15-minute about to close in less than a minute. We've identified plenty of short area up here where shorts got real active. And now it's looking like it wants to get back below this gap fill, which is pushing now 866. So first thing is identify short resistance. Where are the shorts? Then identify overall trend on the day. Where's the enemy? Snap still at that 130. So it did get back over the 130s briefly. But this we'll see how the hour candle looks after the hour closes in 30 minutes. Again, retesting the 866 here. So it'll be a dollar move back up for it to test this 968 here. But I would think, what is the reasoning for it to return to the highs? It has no news on the day or anything, so the reasoning just isn't there either. There it goes, breaking on down there. Only up 7%, 6% now. So it's going to be getting less and less obvious to people coming in, looking in their scans. Snap going back down to the 25s. Come on, Snap, pop up. So we had a test of this 1121. We saw that big buyer at 21, and I was like, okay, there's 20,000. He's still sitting there. 21, 20,000 shares there. 19,000, 18,000. That 21 breaks, it's going to be a nice one because that's where that big one is sitting. Okay, so we've more things popping in on the scans over here as well. Look at TOS. So we got OKTA, whatever that thing is, just popped in. Ford, Apple, NIO, and they should calculate here in a minute. Okay, 2, so that's red. Where's the Apple calculation? Come on. Okay, Apple is up a little bit, not too much. Ford and NIO. So yeah, those are red on the day. Nothing just sticking out obvious though on any of these. All right, back over to HPCO. This hour chart still has 30 minutes to figure out what it wants to do. $8 held a little bit down here. And the selling resistance 882. I'm wondering, can it come back up and test this 880s here? Before it actually crashes on down. May take a little stab here and there just to see if it can hold up this 880. Giving it a second though. And also see if it can test this gap field. That would be the place to look. 825s. Only up 6% now though. Less and less obvious it becomes. There's some 30s coming in there. 825s. This thing almost took this whole hour candle out for real. 825s getting a little test there. All right, snap again at the 1130s. Just having problems at those 1130s, but I really want to see this 21 get failed through. Now on the 5-minute, it looks like a little triple bottom. On the 15-minute though, it looks drastically different because it looks like it's very bearish on a break of the 1121s. So looking for that 21 break there. We see a big pump down here on HPCO. About to close the hour here. $8 resistance. Huge dump down here. Down here to the 750s. Now let's see if we can identify trend. So it's going to have to consolidate here to identify trend. But this thing is looking like it wants to go red on the day. Red was the 766. Is only a couple of cents away from it. I wonder, can it retest this 850 level though? 850s. Let's see it. Back up here to the 868s. Almost red on the day, but not quite. The daily chart, if we look over here, it just does not look good here on the daily chart. 766, very close to filling out. Snap again right above the right on the 21s, 1121s. Been waiting on this break here. 19,000 still sitting there at the 21. They're going to get destroyed on the bid. Let's see how powerful this move is through the 21s. 21s, can we see some red 21s on the tape? That indicates that people are getting in under the bid. People are looking to push this thing further down. '22s, there's some 21s. Can we get some red 21s? 19s, wow. Didn't even get red 21s, just going on down there. Straight through the 21. HPCO. 18 million, but just not getting up and going really big. Waiting for this 15-minute to close. Low of this was the 782s. No kind of, oh, I forgot to check what the actual float was on this thing. I think it was a lower float, but with the movement that it did the other day, may have changed a little bit. Float NA, okay. Okay. So where is the obvious trend here? If we look at the hour chart, is the hour chart obviously trending? We don't know yet. HPCO up here, this level here. If we drew a trend like this, or if we drew a trend like, I like to just draw all possibilities of a trend. Don't know which one it's going to respect, but that's why I need more data. And this one just doesn't really work. Nah, doesn't work. So 15 minutes is the only thing that I can kind of see a trend on, but if this is a trend, you know, it's kind of not obvious. Snap back to the 27s, holding up those 25s yet again. Big buy up off of the 1116. Let me see if they come back up to the 21s. That big buyer that was at the 21, they're trying to get some size back there, but it's just not there anymore. Kind of got eaten through. All right, $8 breakdown, pushing on down there to the 8s. 15-minute on this one, closes in 5 minutes. $8 holding there a little bit. I'm gonna pick some up down here around the $8. I'm just gonna pick up a little shares. I don't need much, just for a nice little retest of this 60. Oh, well, it might go before I get in then, which is okay. 825s. Let's see what kind of action comes off of this. Yeah, it might go before. It might go before. Whatever. Bottom of this 15-minute candle was the 775-ish level. Giving it some time though. All right, 1120s back on the menu here. Continue to push down on Snap. Bottom of this hour candles, 762s. Let's look at how this volume has fallen off. Let's see. Still holding green, but the volume 2 million was the high and hasn't reached 1 million yet since that. Getting some push out. 15 minutes, still has 3 minutes left. Give it time for a retest up here of the 973s is what I'm looking for. But if it goes right now, I'm just not in there. Oh well. Too much, too fast. Right at the 850s there. Getting the 50s back up there. So that was the test of the gap fill. We'll see what it wants to do after that. Gap fill becoming resistance. Yep. Let's see if this is actual resistance. '60s. 15-minute big buy up. Waiting for this 15-minute to close. That's some big buying though. So we'll see. Nice support area down here. We'll see where it closes. 15-minute just opened up. Looking for where it pushes down into these levels. Got a little bit of resistance here at the 856. Looking for it to push down just a little bit back into this area and form a higher low on this side. $11.21, man, back for snap. 11.21, 11.20-ish area, just struggle points for it. So just like we identified the short area up here, I'm identifying maybe a long, potential long buying area down here is what I'm trying to do. And we already know where the bottom is. 766 is red on the day. So we'll see what a dump looks like here. And can it hold up that 766 on a dump? $8.25s. 8.17s. How close can you get to the 8s? This is another chance that is coming down to this 8.16 for a higher low here. This is a top mover, huh? The top on volume, though, if we look over here on the scans, top on volume is 42 million shares traded. So kind of just watching and waiting. $8.25's holding up there a little bit. I just don't see any kind of obvious trend yet. Hasn't tried to pop up green at all. So to take a trade here would be taking a trade without knowing any kind of trend. I mean, it could possibly come back up here to maybe the nines and try to come up there, but where's the obvious trend is the question. Because right now there is none. We'll see how it holds this 766 down here. Only up 4% on the day, losing its obvious capabilities for people to just come in at any time and see it at the top of the charts. Yes, it's up 61%, but it's just not holding those gains on the day like it had. It's done a $2 move down. And at this point, I really don't know where this trend is. Could be a possible. I mean, you could say, okay, well, if we look at pre-market, came down here and tested this level and came across. So maybe, but that's 733s. That's red on the day. And really can't draw any other trends there. So, weird. 805s, 817s coming down and holding again over these levels. So back to the 824s. I may give it a little bit of play in here on the 825 hold. That's twice that it's come down here and kind of held. So we'll see. But all I want to see is a retest of this $9, really. This 15-minute has 8 minutes left on it. And we can see obvious buying pressure, but will this buying pressure be for naught? Doing some little stabs back and forth, whatever. I'm not in it, so I'm not worried. 25 back on the bid though. Let's see if it'll break down at 25 again. That's a big jump. It's from 25 up to 37. So break of the 37, who's going to catch it? Five-minute candle about to close on this one in 10 seconds. Closing with the lower high formed. See if we can go ahead and push down, back down under those 825s and give it one more retest. $850s, 851, 852. Waiting, waiting, waiting. 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Back up to the 60 real quick. That'll be the second test up here. We'll see if we get major failure under here. Okay, there's a sell. Big drop. Keeps on showing the 24, the 824 is on the bid every time. So that's probably where it's going to be dropping back to. Break of the 825s. I have to reassess. Got about 3 minutes left on the 3 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. Still just playing around here. Will it make new lows? Snap still sitting right at that 1123 as well. Missing PIXY moving up. Let me look at PIXY. See what it's got over here. Now that is trash. I'm good. I'm good. That thing's got 100,000 shares traded. No way. No way. Continue to hold over that 825 level though. See how big this dump's gonna be. Coming into the close of this 15-minute candle. Back within this range, right above break even, or not break even, right above don't like the way that opened. $8.25s again there. Some little pops above this buying pressure here. So higher or higher lows being formed in here. I'm wondering, can it go ahead and test up? Where are the size? Where's the true size there though? So can we get a test up here to the 892s real quick is my question. I might get in small just to let it play. $840s. $49s. It's another top there. $860s. Go ahead and get in a little bit there. Only grab 10 shares there. I'll use this as a bottom, 829. See where it can go. I'll be out right here at the 829s. Sell 10. So my stop's down here, 829. Just letting the 10 shares ride here. Looking for it to push back into this short resistance, and if it can attack the shorts, great. But not risking too much on the bread, butter on the bread. Add, go ahead and get 20 shares. There we go. So I let 20 shares play right here off of the 823s. Stop. Looking for it to just push back in this range if it can. 829. Gave it a chance. Let's see where it wants to push to off of this. if it wants to push off of this. Can we get the $9 back up there? Looking to make break even my new stop, 867 if it can get over the nines. There's a $9 touch. 867 is needing to be my out. So it'll be a break even trade if it can't break through the nines here. So I got my stop out at break even. Can it get any pump out here? So either way it goes, it's going to be a break-even trade. I'm looking to move up to the 875s here if I can for a stop out. Looking for a test up here to this trend, which is the 959s. At that point, I'll move my stop to 925 for a fail off the trend is what I'm looking for. So 925 will be that spot if it can't push here. Can we get any more covering? $9.15s, $9.20s. Where we at? Getting a little weak. Need to see those 9.10s hold here. Or I'll just stop out. 10s up there for just a second but couldn't hold. 9s getting broken. Do they want to hold it over VWAP for me? $25s, nice. So at this point, what I'll be doing is using the bottom of the using this $9 as my next stop if it can push out to the 30s. So yeah, if I see 30s, I'm putting $9 in as a stop. Can we see the 30s here? 31, okay, $9 in as a stop. So that's locking in 40 cents. See if it can hold a 9 here. Next stop will be 925 if it can hold up. $940s. Getting ready to move up to the 925s here in just a little bit. Can we get that 950 break? But this is the first trend, so people may get nervous up here at this trend. 959. So basically my stop is at the bottom of this short resistance level we kind of identified. Looking for it to reach about that 50%. Okay, got stopped out there. So did not want to see it fail the 9 there anyway. Got close to that trend, stopped me out, whatever. I can always re-enter later on in the day. But yeah, just wanted to see a retest of that trend. I kind of figured it was gonna get iffy up there, but that's okay. Anyway, I have passed my time. It may do something, it may not. If it pulls back down, oh well. Gave it a chance, broke down the 9s. So we'll see what another pullback looks like for it. I'll keep my eye on it throughout the day, but yeah, I'm about to get ready to shut it down. What else? You can check out our Discord. We have a Discord where we keep up with all of these movements during the day. We talk about all these the stock market. Ben has the crypto that he talks about. Especially anything new pops out, he seems like he has instant updates. We also keep our eyes on all of these stock movements, and you know, we try to keep you guys updated and stay active in the chats. If you have any questions or anything about what we talk about or different terminology, or you have your charts to show or whatever you want to drop into the Discord, that's the place to do it, as long as it's pertaining to the stock or whatever chat group that it is pertaining to. But yeah, that was just a little short trade today. I was like, hey, if this thing breaks down to 9, I'll be out, because I feel like it can slam. It doesn't have a reason to go back up, but it was pushing back into this short resistance. I don't know how strong the shorts are going to get up there, but I rather just take profit when it's there. But anyway, if you're going to continue trading, be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Some days, you know, it's like, well, what happens, happens, you know. But when the market wants to give you profits, you know, sometimes you just got to take what it gives you, especially on a downtrend like this. You never know what can happen up here. I mean, it can flip so harshly, you know, it's just, it gets ugly real quick. But anyway, we also have the different channels in the network. We have Reliable Rudy. He does market analysis, does portfolio building, and he's trades a lot more of the higher or larger cap stocks, mid to large cap stocks. We have Stunks and Chunks Gaming. We have Ben Framework Fortune Home channel you can check out. We have the Framework Fortune Crypto channel you can check out. And like I said, in the Discord, it's the easiest way to reach us. If you have any questions, I have people ask me questions on YouTube. Sometimes I'm like, look, jump in the Discord. I can show you better than I can tell you. And I can pull up my screen and actually walk you through whatever questions you have. But yeah, keep your head on a swivel. Some days are like this where it's like, man, just gotta grab and go. But yeah, like I said, keep your head on a swivel. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll keep my eye on HPCO, but with the movement that it was just doing, I was expecting it to just get up and go, but just couldn't. So I don't know what the new levels that I'll be looking for on it. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. Looks like Snap. Actually, wait. Go back. Snap looks like it broke down to 11. I was just looking at that. Big break. We identified the short resistance there. We want to see those shorts win before we enter, you know, as a long. We want to see, okay, well, all of this was a short pressure. It broke all the way down here to the 11s. Anyway, that's all I want to show you guys real quick. Let's jump back over and let's go ahead and close it down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're on Twitch, you can hit the follow button to follow me on my daily journeys. If you're on YouTube, you can hit the like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.